Hello. So I'm going to talk about the groups. What I'm kind of thinking for this groups is I've done this, I've taught it a couple of times. And this will be the second time I've taught it during the pandemic. So last spring was the first time I taught it during a pandemic, and I don't want any of you to like meet outside of class. So I don't want you to meet at Starbucks or just, let's just take that off the table as far as groups. I think it's an easy way to kind of reduce that kind of transmission because we still are living through Omicron and all the variants and things like that. So I want this to be totally online. So feel free to meet on Google Hangout or to Zoom with each other, chat with each other, text with each other, whatever kind of works. But I also last spring, I don't know, it just wasn't as engaging as I kind of wanted for students. So this time, what I'm kind of thinking is you're going to have less kind of restrictions from me. There's only two things that I want. I want like around a 10-minute recording, like this Zoom recording where you all just get on Zoom and you hit record and you just kind of talk about your topic. You can have a PowerPoint if you want to have like images or something like that. And then I also just want 5 pages of some kind of like file or manual or 5 pages of handouts, something like that, to give to the other students. So I have a bunch of different topics and I've changed them up since last year as well because I want them to be a little bit more fun. Because last year was a lot of like fiscal management and like personnel, and it wasn't as fun. So now it's like leadership, team building, marketing, things like that I hope you'll have a little bit more fun with. And I'm not telling you what to do with those. All I want you to do is kind of envision yourself as a group of like taking a deep dive into this topic and thinking, what do directors need right now? As far as marketing, Facebook and YouTube, social media, how are we using marketing to reach families, to support families, to communicate all the time with families, to communicate with our stakeholders, which is like county, people who give us money, like at the state level, things like that. So please feel free and please communicate with me as much as possible because I want to support you and I want this to be fun. I want you to have some fun learning about your topic, and then I want you to turn around and teach it to the rest of us. You're going to teach us through this 10-minute kind of video at the very end, and then about 5 pages of like resources and links and things that you found are really important and helpful for you and your topic. So I'm going to share the screen. I'm just going to kind of show you how I have it set up on Canvas so that it feels a little bit easier for you. So here's the group project. So the video is here and it's going to be here in the group project. It's not due until May 9th. So you will really have a really long time to work on this with your individual groups. So you're going to present to the class. The easiest thing is Zoom. You all have Zoom because you've been online. So just make a time at the end of class, get on Zoom, maybe have an agenda or a PowerPoint or some images or something like that, and then just talk with each other for 5 minutes, record it, and then one of you sends me. So after you record, you get a link to your recording, and then if you just give that to me, then I'm just going to put it up on Canvas. And then some kind of operational handbook. And what I mean by this is just that 5-ish pages that's going to be given to the other students. So I'm thinking this is going to go to your fellow students who are directors, assistant directors, teachers, enrollment coordinators, program supervisors, anything like that. So what do you want them to kind of know about your topic? So once again, it's just 2 parts. Feel free though to get creative. Like if you didn't even want to do a Zoom, I've seen people do Powtoons, which are like it's a way to make an animation on their topic before. So if that was you guys and you didn't want to show your faces, you could make a cartoon. I don't know how long that takes. It might take a while. I just want you to tell me about your topic. Give me a background. Tell us why it's important. Like, why is leadership important? Why is team building important? Why is marketing important? And then tips, tricks, hacks, interesting things that we need to know about that topic that would really help us right now in the field, super practical, interesting things like that. And that's same with the operational manual. So I'm hoping that all of the students at the end of the class will have my class content, but also have course content from you guys in the form of this group project. So everybody will have 5 operational manuals because you're going to give them to me. I'm going to put them online and then you guys will download them and you'll have all of the resources, the websites and PDFs and things like that that will help you be better leaders and team builders and marketers and things like that. And then you'll also have a presentation from your fellow students with their own take and their own personal kind of flair on this topic as well. So I want it to be fun, engaging, interesting, and most of all, important and relevant to who you are right now in the middle of a global pandemic, trying to go to school, and many of you also trying to work at the same time. So what do we need to know about these topics? That's really, really important for the here and the now, for the people who are on the boots on the ground kind of working right now. So you just need to get me the presentation. It can be Zoom. You just send me the link. If it's an animation, send me the link, whatever. And then email me this kind of 5-page operational manual, and then I'll make it into a PDF and I'll stick it up online as well. So everybody can have access to your video and have access to your operational manual as well. So we have a really long time to do this. So I want to be part of your Zooms. I want you to email me and ask me questions. I want to see drafts of it. I'm here to kind of support you. One of the ways that I'm here to support you is in this part, if you need to find your group, all you have to do is go to the left-hand toolbar for 155. So you're always go to the home page, which is all of our modules. If you hit the link that's at the very bottom, or not the mid bottom, it's called People. Click on that, and that will take you to the People page. And this is where all of the students that are in your class are listed. But this is also where your project groups are. So you're automatically going to be sorted into one of these. I have all of you. I can go to all of your pages. But you can see it here, and you can see all of the different topics, and then you'll only as a student be allowed in one. So if you've been sorted randomly into leadership, that is your group. And in your leadership kind of, when you click on it, it kind of takes you to the page for you guys. And I've kind of set up pages where you can collaborate, you can talk, you can have fun as well, and you can just kind of make sure that you're communicating on Canvas if that's what you choose. A lot of people stop communicating on Canvas and they just do it straight up on their phones and by Zoom. This week, that's what I'd like you to do for the first week. You'll have found out what your group is, what your group topic is, and the people in your group. So just introduce yourself and then come up with a way that's the best for you guys to communicate. Email, go on to Google, text each other, use Canvas. It's totally up to you guys. Just a way that you can communicate this and communicate with each other about your topic and make sure that you're all kind of communicating well. So that's just kind of, so once again, I can see all these 5 groups. You'll only have access to one, the one that you've been randomly selected to be in. So I don't look at anybody's names. There's a function here on Canvas and it randomly sorts you into equal groups. So all of you have 6 people in your group. And then from there, also for this week, you're going to have your group projects. Just take a look at it. And then also you have your group projects discussion board. So the discussion board for last week was introduce yourself, and it was for the whole class of like 30 people. Now it's just a conversation with your small group. So you'll be randomly sorted once again into one of these 5 groups, and then you'll post here, and I can see it. I can converse with you guys as well. But all I want you to do is say hi to your group below and decide on the best way to communicate besides Canvas. So is it text, is it Zoom, is it social media? I know there's a lot of technology out there that I'm not super aware of, or I'm not that good at. So if there is something else that's really helpful for you guys, feel free to also pull some of the work and use that as a way to communicate as well. I just don't want you guys meeting in person. There's really no reason. It's a totally online asynchronous class. And that's one way that we can just kind of minimize some of this Omicron variant spread, I'm hoping. Please just know that you can email me or message me as well. And then I have some help on group projects. So here's an overview on groups for students. So this is for all students in all classes. Somebody else made it. Here's some help on how do I view my group and I already showed you how to get some people into your group. And then there's more just general Canvas help. This is great. It's just got like 50 topics. You can click on it as you need it. I had it bookmarked my first couple of semesters teaching on Canvas. That was where I would try to figure out everything. So all I want you to do this week is to have your first online small group discussion. So you're watching this video, you kind of have a sense of it. You've been randomly sorted into a group. Now you're going to meet the other 5 people who are in your group, and then also hopefully post with, this is the best way besides Canvas for me to communicate on this project as well. And then click on these 3 links if you need some additional support. Maybe it's old hat to you guys. So this is kind of the start of groups. We've been sorted into our groups. We have the group project open. It's worth 100 points, 50 for the presentation and 50 for that kind of 5-page operational manual. So we're also starting week 2. So in addition to your video lecture, your kind of weekly assignment, you're also going to post in your group projects discussion board so that you can have a conversation with each other about the group projects, introduce yourself as well. All right, that is kind of it for this group project. Once again, I want it to be more fun, as fun as an online assignment can be, and more engaging, or at least more engaging topics that are hopefully more interesting for you so that you feel more motivated to learn more about it. And then you're going to pass on that knowledge to the rest of the people in your class. So we're all basically crowdsourcing on 5 topics. You guys will kind of be the subject matter experts, and you'll teach us more about leadership or team building or marketing or something like that as well. If you need anything or you have any questions or concerns, message me on Canvas or shoot me an email. Otherwise, I'll see you guys online.